Hello everyone, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
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 Okay, so today we have revision session for week 3 and week 4. Okay, we will try to wrap up both of these within the time today. Okay, okay, so how many of you? Yeah,
Activity questions.
we will do just let's go through lecture by lecture and concepts, then we will take it. How many of you have covered all the content of week 3 and week 4?
Covered.
Covered, sir. Covered.
The covered.
Okay.
Sure, covered.
Hmm.
Completed, sir. Covered.
Sir, can you
Yeah.
please increase your volume?
Yeah, is it fine now?
Yes, sir.
Is it a revision session or it's a solving
It's a
session?
revision session.
Will not solve anything.
We will go concept by concept and do questions. If you have any doubt in that concept, we will discuss that too. Okay. Okay, so
Excuse me, sir.
yeah.
Sir, actually, I understood the concept of continuous and discrete numerical variable in week 1.
Mhm.
But now, as I am doing the mock test and all, so I am getting confused in that. So, can you please explain it again?
The discrete and continuous numerical variable, right?
Yeah, only a little bit thing because I'm getting only confused.
Mm. Okay, we will do that too. Okay, anything else from week 1 and 2?
No.
Anyone else?
Sir, I have a
Yeah.
doubt in activity question 3.4.
Activity 3 point we will take. Okay.
Sir, actually, from week 1 and 2, we are
Yeah.
not feeling very confident. So it will be nice, sir, if you explain week 1 and 2 with examples, many and many examples, like which of the following is discrete, continuous, interval scale, or
I think
if
we
such
did that
kind of
in
question
revision
will
session. The week 1 revision session went on for 2.5 hours. So you can go through that if you are troubling in week 1. I think we had a good discussion in that.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir.
Yeah.
Sometime back, if you remember that Ganguly played so many matches in different countries. So we were saying that that was a discrete data. But one the graded assignment, there was similar thing like numbers 1 to 22 were printed in cards, and each card number of cards were equal to the number printed in that. So what was the median? That was the question. So I felt that card can have either number, name, symbol. So I thought it is a discrete, not a numerical data. So that one also you please have to explain us, sir.
Okay. Okay. That question also we will take. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a doubt in graded assignment week 3.
Yeah, we will come to that. After finishing week 3, we will come to that. Anything else in week 1 and 2?
sir, money is discrete or continuous?
Money, it's continuous. Okay. And actually, it kind of, you can say, depends on data sometimes. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so in discrete case, what happens is, suppose, let's say, number of assignments submitted. What values it can take? What are the
Only, sir,
possible
integral
values?
values, sir, 0, 1, 2, 3, natural.
Natural.
Numerical and
Okay.
discrete.
Okay, let's switch to another example. Let's say, Okay, let's say you have a okay, just keep yourself muted unless and until you wanted to say something. Okay.
So, can I ask you something in this discrete and continuous?
Yeah.
I want to ask that discrete can be countable and continuous is measurable.
Yeah.
Is this right?
Yeah, that's a definition. But what do you mean by this? That's what we are discussing. Yep, but
Yeah.
that's correct. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now suppose you have a variable which can take only these possible values. 5 and 1. Okay. And let's say you have a variable, let's say consider weight of an object. Or what values this can take weight of an object?
Any value, sir.
Numerical.
It's
and
any numerical value, sir. Any positive numerical value.
Continuous.
Okay, any value greater than equal to 0, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so what's the difference between these three variables, which all three are numerical, right? These are also 0 assignment, 1 assignment. This is also a numerical variable, takes only these possible values. This is also a numerical variable, which can take any value greater than 0, right? So what's the difference between the three? So if you look at the first example, number of assignments submitted, right? So let me just plot 1, 2, 3, so on, right? So here if you notice, it can take value 0, right? After that, it can take only value 1. So it will, from one value, it is jumping to another value, right? In between
Jumping.
values,
Yeah.
it cannot take, right? After 1, it can only take value 2. In between values are not possible again, right? After 2, again it is jumping to 3 and no in between. In between value, I means it cannot take value 0.5, right? Or any other value you can think of in between 0 and 1, right? So here we are jumping from one value to other. Okay. Coming to second example. What values it can take is 0, 0.25, 0.5, 0.75 and 1. Is the same thing happening here or it's different from the first one? After 0 I can only take, yeah, so I'm
Still we are
jumping, right? Okay, what about in the case of weight?
So
Let's say
it
0.
can be continuous can because we can take any value, but my weight can be 1.5 also, weight can be 2.5 also, 2.75
Yeah.
kilogram also.
So I'm at this point. So I need not to jump anywhere, right? I can take all the values on this line. Right? Any value you can think of, I can take it, right? For weight. So are you able to see the difference between these the variables on the basis of value what it can take, right? In the first two examples, we were jumping from one value to another. We cannot take all the values in between. We can only take some countable number of possible values, right? So such variables are called discrete numerical variable. While in continuous, we can take all the values within a range. So here my interval was 0 to infinity, right? Any value you can think of in this interval is a possible value for this variable. So it is a continuous numerical variable, right? Is this clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, moving further, someone mentioned, I think,
Sir, for interval, jumping is also necessary.
no, interval and these are different scales of measurement. Okay. So for that, it doesn't matter if it's discrete or continuous. For that, all it matter it should be numerical and have
Sir,
some
your voice is
respective
not
properties.
coming.
Is it for everyone or is it only for?
You are
Only
audible.
for
No,
him.
sir, you're audible.
You are audible, sir. Your voice is coming.
Okay, okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, can you please explain scale of measurement briefly?
Scale of measurement, I think you can refer to week 1 revision session. We had a 1.5 hour discussion on that thing only.
Okay, sir.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does this mean that discrete variable can have decimal values?
Yeah, discrete variable can have. We just saw an example, right?
Yes, sir.
So lot of you might have a misconception that if it's decimal, it would be continuous. So that's not the case. Remember it again.
It can be rational, irrational, anything. Negative also, sir.
Yeah,
But
negative
jumping is
also.
necessary.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
And
So
sir,
soccer
jumping need
positions
not
like
be
defender,
equal length, no,
midfield.
sir.
Okay, I couldn't hear either of you. So please one by one. Yeah.
Sir, I am saying in jumping, fixed interval, fixed length is not necessary, no.
Yeah, fixed length. A number of assignment, fixed length you are saying, right? 1, 2, like that.
So the difference between 0 and 0.25 is same as difference between 0.25 and 0.5. It is not necessary, no, sir.
Okay, so you are saying if it's 0, 0.2, 0.5, in that case also, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
It's
sir.
not necessary. Yeah.
Sir?
Yeah.
So the soccer positions like defender, midfielder, and forward, so these are not ordinal.
No, this is not ordinal. These are just label. You cannot say that forward is greater than defender or something, right?
But sir, there is one means we can align them according to their position.
No, you can put a defender playing in forward position. It don't matter, right? These are just defender means it has some specific abilities. Forward means he has some specific ability, right? These are just
Sir,
positions.
I have one
Like
doubt in graded
yeah.
assignment for means in general correlation we are having a value from 0
Correlation
to
we will
20.
cover today. We will cover today.
No, sir. It is related to graded assignment. Means I marked the answer, but I think that means there is some misconception. That's why. So from 0 to 25, 0 to 25 scale, we say that it is a no correlation value, and then 0 to then 25 to 50, we say weak. I got the value for the correlation coefficient as 0.49 and I marked weak, but it is saying that no, it is wrong. It will be moderate. Why so?
Okay, so you might have made some rounding off error. The value might be going 0.50 and for 0.50 it's moderate.
No, 0.4 means just before that, the question before that, I got that answer right. Means it is 0.49 only.
You can get it correct because even if correct answer is 0.50, the acceptable range is 0.47 to 0.53. So even if you enter it, might go correct, but that won't be the exact value. Okay.
I want to ask about the grade assignment.
Which
The same question for the correlation coefficient value for my.
Okay, your voice is I think breaking a bit. Okay.
Hello, sir. I
Yes,
have a
sir.
doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a doubt in continuous and discrete data.
Okay.
Sir, let's say we have a weighing machine which can only round it off to 0.25, like this, like the second example of our
Okay.
0.25 and 50. Sir, we have a weighing
So
machine.
it
Sir,
should
do we have a discrete data or a continuous?
range.
Okay, can you please mute who is this other guy?
No, means the
Okay.
Relationship between the variables are weak because for the moderate it should be 0.5 to 0.
Okay, I think it's better now. Okay, so okay.
For discrete, like this taking decimal values, could you please give an example, like for new, say whole number, whole positive numbers, you have given like a number of assignments, no? Could you please give an example for this?
This is decimal value example, right?
Yeah, in terms of variables, maybe.
In terms of variables, yeah, the question, and someone was referring it, right? If there is something which I can only round it off to 2 decimal, right? Suppose the only possible value it can take is 0.01, 0.02, so on, right?
Okay, so
Like
the
that.
discrete can also take a decimal.
Yeah, so that would also be
Then
yeah.
time will also be
There must
discrete
be
because
countable number of
we always measure from clock or in stopwatch, or there is limitation up to 2 or 3 decimal place only.
So see, it's there. We generally round it off, but in general, if you use some high power device, you will be able to compute it in to lot of accuracy, right? Even up to 100 decimal place accuracy, you can find it. And even if you get more powerful tool, you can measure it more
So
more
weight
accurately.
and
So
time general will be
yeah,
categorized as continuous.
generally it will be categorized as continuous because we have powerful tools to measure it. But in general, we generally round it off to 2 decimal places only, right? So don't confuse it with that. In general, you know that even if you say 0.1257, that's also a possible value of weight, right? If someone says 0.125768 and so on, that also will be a possible value of weight, right? Even though
So
our
if
machine
machine,
only
unless
measures
it's
0.12.
unless machine is specified, we will say continuous, right, sir?
Yeah, so we will say continuous in general or weight because just because of your tool you are able to note it down up to 2 decimal places, but in general it's possible to have it, right? Okay. Okay. Anything else from discrete continuous? Yeah.
Yes, sir. I have one question.
Should we also make note along with this?
What kind of note?
Revision notes for week 3 and week 4 as you write on screen.
Yeah, it's up to you. If you want, you can. Okay. It's up to you.
Yeah. Hello, sir. I have a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's say we are only taking weights in like discrete, like continue, like discrete value. Like we say, if a person is 1.2 kg, so we round it off to 1, and if a person is above 1.5, we round it off to 2. Okay.
Okay.
So then that data will be discrete or continuous because where we can measure weight, but we are measuring it only in 1, 2, 3. We are not taking any between.
Yeah, so defining a variable which is rounded off to next highest integer, right? Or something like this.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that particular column I would say is discrete, but in general weight would be my continuous.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
I have a doubt.
Yeah.
So, I have a question. What is the value of population standard deviation of the first two n natural numbers? That is 1, 2, 3, dot, 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 2n minus 2, 2n minus 1, and 2n.
Okay, so currently I think I don't know about population standard deviation. We will go through week 3 and then come to that after we visit that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
So graded assignment question number 8 about deck of card number, sir.
Question number. Oh yeah, we will do that. I
Okay,
remember your
thank you.
question. Someone. You are the one who mentioned it, right?
No, sir. Another friends mentioned, but I am also have doubt in that one.
Okay, okay. So yeah, we will take that also. So yeah.
Sir,
Okay.
sir,
Yeah.
I have one doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, in pie chart, it's the lecture ma'am says that if we round off the number, the pie
Yeah.
chart, the proportion can change.
Yeah.
In that case, what should we do, sir? I mean, what up to the rounding off thing? What should we consider and all that?
Rounding off error we generally avoid it because otherwise our sum of all those, if you sum up all the percentages of categories, it might exceed 100, which should not be the case, right?
Yes, sir.
So we kind of avoid to round it off, even though we write it as rounded off to 2 decimal place, but while plotting we make sure it adds up to 100 and correct percentages are taken care of.
This is the, I mean, the exam perspective. But what should we do in the future? I mean, what we will practicing all these things, statistics things
Yeah.
in the real
So
world. So what should we
yeah,
do?
in the real world you should avoid rounding it off, right? Whatever the exact value you are getting, you should try to make that only plot, not change it to some other proportions.
So
If you're
for
getting 38.253, you should plot that proportion only.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
so
Okay.
quiz
Yeah.
one, for quiz one, is the practice assignments enough?
Yes. See, if you have understood all the concepts,
Yeah.
I think it's more than enough. Okay. Let's start with the week 3. So till week 2, we all have seen categorical variables, right? So given a categorical variable,
Sir, I
we
can't
can.
hear your voice on this WebEx.
Is it for everyone or just for him? I think.
No, you're clear, sir.
Clearly heard.
So you're audible.
Okay, great. Okay, so for categorical variable, we plotted frequency distribution table, right? And we also find it out the relative frequencies. Can we do the same for numerical data?
Yes, sir, we
Yes.
can do that.
Yes, sir, we can do it.
Can do it. Okay, so how can we do it? Suppose I have this data.
No, we can't do it for numerical. It was already given. If
Sir, we will make class, and according that we will make
for interval
mean
data
and relative frequency.
we can calculate the xi, mi, but not the same as categorical.
And just calculate the frequency.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
calculate frequency, sir.
Multiply it.
Hmm. Okay, suppose this is my data set. Okay, this
Yeah.
I think 8 observations I have written down, right? So
Yes, sir.
can I draw a table which shows which number occurred how many times?
We can, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Draw, sir.
We
1,
can,
Yes.
5,
right?
and 7
Yes.
will be 3 elements there.
We will
So
take
the,
every unique element and
157 and there are
divide
how
its
many
frequency
times
by
repeated?
total number of frequency. Thus, we can get relative frequency.
okay, so one way you are saying is I will note down unique numbers, right? 1, 5, 7,
Yes,
and
sir.
I can draw the tally marks, right? So
Yeah.
1 occurred 3 and find the frequency, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
3, okay, 3, 3, and 2, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can I also find the relative frequency?
We can, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Cause
Same
frequency
way,
given so that we can find relative frequency as
same
frequency
way
is
as categorical variable, right?
Yes, sir.
yes.
3 by 8, 3 by 8, 2 by
2
8.
by 8.
Okay, okay. So you're saying we can do it, right? Let's say,
Yes, sir.
let's say this statistics 1 students only, right? In qualifier, let's say we have around 15,000 students. Okay, so if I write down and I have a data set, right? So how much you have scored, let's say in graded assignment 3, we have data, right? Let's say
Yes, sir.
all these marks. And let's assume we are taking it on a scale of 0 to 100. So how many possible values I have? Unique possible values.
Sir, 0 to 100, 100 possible values, sir.
Okay, and what about if some question is partial correct, 10.25, 9.67, something like that?
So what's the question?
Okay, so
Then
there
we
is an
have
assignment,
100,000 values.
okay, and the assignment scores vary from 0 to 100, right?
Yes, sir.
What are unique possible values which my variable marks can take? How many unique values my variable marks can take?
Sir, if
100.
it is up to one decimal place, then
No, I am
100
not
times.
restricting decimal place. I am open to infinite decimal places.
Infinite, sir. Infinite numbers are possible.
Infinite, sir.
Infinite. Okay. So how will I draw frequency table?
Sir,
You just
we
said
have
we
to
can draw.
make class.
Create classes,
We will
find
take
the
a
midpoints.
class of
We will make
from
class.
range 1 to range for a certain range, and then
We will
tap
define class interval.
Hmm. Okay. So yeah. So to see that issue we did not face is categorical variable because we had only finite number of categories sometimes, right? But here you can see that there are infinite number of possible values also, right?
yes, sir.
So what we did is we tried to make bins of 10 marks. So whoever scored in between 0 to 10 will go in my first class. Whoever scored 10 in between 10 to 20 will go in my second class, right? So we tried to do that. Like
These classes are also known as bins, sir.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whenever I think in Google Sheet Excels you write some command, so the function is bins, I think. Okay.
And sir, these bin are also referred as a variable. Then which type of variable are these bin of? Nominal, categorical, a variable.
No, it's interval scale of measurement. Okay. Okay. So frequency tells me that let's suppose these many students are in this category, right? We have this data.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, can we find relative frequency again?
Yeah, we can, sir.
We can. Okay.
Yes, sir, we can.
Okay. So how are these class intervals defined? Just a general question. How will I define it?
So we
Sir,
have
What
to
should be
there are
certain.
many ways. One way we can equally divide, and one way we will divide where the maximum and minimum mark occur based on maximum and minimum, and also based on whole range possible. Sir.
okay? Okay. Anything else?
Yes,
So
sir. If
maximum and minimum value means maximum of the next class mark and minimum of the first.
Okay. Maximum, minimum. You are saying. Okay. Any other way?
So by taking the midpoint,
Taking average.
No, no. How will I define this interval? Why 0 to 10? Why not 0 to 5, 5 to 10?
The ordinal data, sir.
Okay. We will come to it just in a minute. We will come back to it. Okay. Okay.
Sir,
So
we should consider 10 to 20 classes for the data set.
okay. Okay. I will come to it. It's general concept question. We will see. Okay. So in categorical variable, we were able to find the mode, right?
yes, sir.
Can we find the same for numerical?
Yes,
No.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
We
sir, we
can.
can do it.
Yes, right?
Sir,
So,
wherever repetition node can be found, sir.
so what would be the mode of my this data set?
One.
That would be the class that has most number of students.
No,
And
this
it will be
data set.
bimodal.
Five.
So this
One and five, sir.
Sir, 5
1 and
and
5.
1 and 5.
One and
5
five.
models, sir. 1 and 5.
Primordial.
1 or 5, right? Any you, whichever you like, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and
Sir, can we say both 1 and 5?
yeah, you can say. Okay, and for this data set, mode is how, okay, so we have different formula for mode for this. It's beyond the scope of this course for now, but mode is not the, okay, if say my this interval has the highest frequency, so but we cannot say that this interval is mode. We need exact number, right? What number is
Yes, sir.
exact mode? So we have different
Just
formula for that.
approximation.
We will not do that in this course, but yeah, okay, we can find,
In
right?
stats 2, we will do, sir.
Yeah, in stats 2 we will do. Okay, so we can find. Okay, next thing is median we were able to find in categorical data.
Yes, sir. For ordinal data, we can
Sir.
find median.
For only ordinal data, sir.
For only
ordinal.
ordinal data, sir.
Ordinal
No.
data.
Can we find median for numerical data?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Almost.
We can find.
Okay, what would be the median of this data set?
Not defined.
6.
7.
So
6.
Sir, 6, sir. It is
Good value.
mean of 7 and 5.
6.
So
Okay,
it
in,
will be
There is mistake.
in I have 8
5, sir.
observations, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
it will be 5, sir. 5 only.
Yeah,
yes, sir. It will be 5.
outside.
10 by 2 is 4th observation, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fourth and fifth.
So I will take average of 4th and 5th, right?
Yes, sir.
What is my 4th observation in ascending order data set?
5.
5. And 5th observation? 5. So the
5.
median would be 5, right? Okay, again, for median, we have different formula for the case when we have such class interval type data, but yeah, we can find, okay? It's possible to find. Okay, coming back to,
That is also in stats 2, not in stats 1.
yeah, that's also in stats 2, not in stats 1. Okay, coming back to mean. Can we find mean for categorical data?
No, sir.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No, sir. Mean is not defined.
Even if it's nominal or even if it's ordinal, not possible, you are
No,
saying.
no,
Not, sir.
not
Mean
for
is for
any.
numerical data.
Okay, what about numerical data?
Yes, sir. We can
We
find
can
it.
Yes, sir.
find
We can find
Mean.
mean for numerical data.
We can find. Okay, so can we find the mean for first data?
yes, sir. Adding all the variables one number of
Yeah,
observations.
so mean you are saying I will simply sum all the observation and divide it by number of observation, right?
Or of
It
observation.
would be 4, sir.
4.
Okay, yeah. So now let's come to this data set. Now we will tackle this problem of how to identify my class intervals. Okay, so how to find the mean for this such data set?
That all data point are equal
Yes,
at the center, calculate the midpoint value, multiply the frequency by that value, and sum all the frequency.
Okay, so in the lectures, I think you have studied this, right? So we find the midpoint. Midpoint of class interval is called as what's the
Exact.
statistical?
Exact.
Class mark.
Okay,
Class
that
mark.
class mark,
Class mark, sir.
Class mark.
class mark, right? We denote it by xi and we denote frequency by fi. So class mark is just the midpoint, right? 5, 15, 25, so on up to 95, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here see what is happening is
Sir, is this the general notation for class mark? Because I use command.
any whatever you like you can use. Different book authors use different, so that's not an issue. But Usha ma'am has used this notations, okay?
Sir, one thing.
Yeah.
Sir,
Just one thing I want to ask, like correlation coefficient, it is the so like when
Correlation coefficient we are not doing right now. We will come to it in week 4. Okay.
okay, so it will be like in a sequence.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like it was for my graded assignment. That's why. Okay, fine, sir.
Okay. So you are saying let me take only first two intervals for now. Okay. Let me break my data set into two. Let's suppose this is my data set only two intervals, right? Okay, so you are saying, let's say their frequencies are 5 and 10. So what I will do is 5 times 5 plus 15 times 10 divided by sum of frequencies, right? That's how you are saying I will find the mean, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes. Okay, let's break down this formula. Why we did this? It is the number of observations, right? Sum of frequencies, number of observations, right? The denominator part is clear, right? 5 and 10, 15 observations I had, so I will divide by number of observation. What does numerator tells you?
It tells that 5 comes 5 times.
5 comes
5
5
plus
times.
5. Yes, sir. 5 plus 5 plus.
Okay, so this, okay, let me highlight it. This term means that your 5 occurred 5 times, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
this
We have actually taken 5 as mean of that interval.
yeah, so and this tells you that 15 occurred 10 times.
Yes, sir.
So what's happening over here is whatever value comes in this interval, you are saying that value is 5, right?
Yes, sir.
And
We are actually assuming
Yes, sir.
that
assuming,
the mid
yeah,
value is spread equally in whole interval.
yeah, and yeah, whatever value comes in this interval, it's denoted by 15, right? So that's why it's never the exact mean, it's always approximate mean, right? Because you don't know what the exact value of mean.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what happens is, okay, now suppose if my data set is this, let's suppose I'm just taking 13. So if you look at this, all these three will go to my second interval 10 to 20, right?
Yes, sir.
And in general, you see it's okay, right? If I say all the values are 15, because their average is also close to 15, right? It's okay if I say all values are 15 and I can, my mean values will not be affected much, right?
Yes, sir.
Come to the first three observation. Will it be okay if I say all these three are 5? They all lies in 0 to 10, right?
Yes.
No, sir. There will be
Yes,
huge
sir.
difference in mean.
Huge difference, right? So in general, okay, so it's while doing some practical question if you ever do, but like it's again beyond the scope of this course, how we decide. So intervals are designed such that we assume all the values which lie in this interval, right? 0 to 10.
Yes, sir.
If I take the mean of all those values, it will approximately be equal to the value of class mark of that interval. Like here for 10 to 20, we see that it's approximately 15, right? But in case of first, it's not approximately 5. So the approximate which I'm getting might deviate much from the exact mean, right? So that's how we make sure while drawing, like making class intervals. Okay. And class intervals will never give you the exact mean. They always give you the approximate mean because we kind of generalize all observation in an interval as one specific value only, right? And you know
That will be
this,
true
yeah.
for median in mode also.
Yeah, no, in general, even if we define data set, so I'm not going to the formula of mode and median for such data set, but yeah, while designing, we make sure that intervals are designed such that that average value below of all the data points which belong to that interval is approximately same as the class mark for that interval. Okay.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Right.
It has to be decided after looking at the data.
Yeah, so we have some statistical techniques. Again, it's as I mentioned, it's beyond the scope of this course, but you should know how to design the class intervals. Okay. Why not 0 to 5? When to take 0 to 10? You can take any, right? If I have to
Okay.
make class interval, I can make any, but why only
Okay.
this one? You should know that, okay? Okay, any doubt till now, anyone? We have covered, I think, these measures of central tendencies for numerical variable.
Sir, this
Yes, sir.
class
It's clear.
interval that you
Is there
explained
any
how we got.
exception in numerical data that somewhere mean, median, or mode is not defined for numerical?
Numerical, it's more or less always defined. Yes, there are, but let's not go into that for now. Yeah, but there are. Okay.
Sir, can you
But
explain this class mark? Because how we got that? What is the role of mean there?
class mark,
That we are
this
taking
value,
the intervals using class. So how it is relatable to the mean?
how it's related with the mean. Okay, so suppose my observations are 15, 14, and 16, right?
Okay.
These all will go to my this interval 10 to 20, right?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm not writing down all the unique values because that's very high in numbers, right? Like I can have value 15.12, 15.15, like I can have infinite numbers of unique values, right? So I prefer to not to write all unique values but make such intervals, right?
Yes.
Now all these three values will go to this interval 10 to 20, right?
Yes.
What is the mean of these three values?
15 plus 14, 13.
15, sir, 15.
15, right? Okay. So will it be okay if I represent all this observation by 15?
Class mark you are saying.
Let's say these are my three observation. If I replace these three observation by these three, will my mean be affected?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. How will it be affected? What will be my new mean now?
It will be 15.
15, right?
No, no, it will not be affected because one is subtracted and one is added. Sorry, sir.
Yeah.
It will
Okay.
not.
So that's why we assume that all the observations lying in this class interval, the mean of that observation is approximately equal to their class mark, right?
Yes.
And then we present each value in this data set as a class mark, and we assume that our mean is not affected.
Basically,
That's why we take class
marks are
mark.
also the mean.
Yeah, that's while designing class intervals, we assume that all the values which lie in this interval, let's say 0 to 10, all the values, let's say there are 20 values in this interval, okay? So we assume that all these 20 values will have a mean approximately equal to the class mark, which is 5. And then we replace all the observation in this interval by 5 only.
Got it.
And then, okay, so that's why we say it's approximate mean, not exact mean.
Yeah, that I know that we call it.
Okay.
Yes, and sir, there are four variables, and what will be scale of measurement? I think all will be interval except relative frequency. Relative frequency will be ratio, and all other will be interval scale measurement. Right, sir?
No, it's not right. How could it be relative frequency? It can be frequency can also be ratio, right?
Frequency can be ratio. How, sir?
Frequency of this interval is twice this interval. We can do multiplication. It has absolute zero, right?
Okay, sir. Yes, frequency is also ratio. Class mark can also be ratio then.
Class mark, it
If
depends
you take
what your interval
interval
are.
minus
If
5 and plus 5.
yeah, in that case it would be. So it depends on what your data set. But in my
But
data set, it won't take zero value. It's no absolute zero, right?
okay, sir. And class will be 0 to 10, 10 to 12. It will be interval scale.
Yeah, that would be interval. Okay.
Sir, I have a
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a question. In a deck, there are cards number 1 to 29. such that the number of cards of a particular number in a deck is same as the number of cards. What is the mean and the mode of the numbers?
Hmm.
So this was
Okay.
question.
Yeah, that was the question was coming to. But before that, is it fine till the topic we have covered till now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
I have a question, sir.
Yeah.
Is there, sir, any relation between mean, median, and mode?
No, no generalized relation. No generalized relation. Okay. Sometimes median can be greater, sometimes mode will be greater, sometimes mean. So we cannot
In class
generalize.
10, we have studied a empirical formula. Is that should be avoided in this course?
Empirical formula, yeah, please avoid. We will not take, like, it's not the part of this course. Empirical formula won't always give you the exact value. It has some assumptions which might not follow in real world. Okay.
But sir, there was a formula mean is equal to 3 into median minus 2 into mode. Perhaps
Yeah, that's the
the
empirical formula. Yeah. So you might not find it true always. It works on some assumptions which might not be true in real world. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And sir, all formula is empirical if it is based on only observation, right, sir? Empirical means formula derived from
Experimental.
observation.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Someone is saying something. Yeah. How does outlier affect mean, median, and mode? Okay, you tell how will it affect?
Sir, mode is very less affected, and then median, and then mean. Mean is more affected by outliers.
Okay, let's say. Okay, outlier thing we will come. I think we will come to it. Let's wait for a minute. Let's see what's outlier, then we will see. Okay, but before that, one card question is going on, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we will come to outlier. Before that, one card question is coming, right? I think let's start.
Sir, from which week it is the question is come?
From which
Week.
Hmm.
Week. Means this question is from which week?
The question we are doing, it's week 3.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so one quick question. Recall week 1. When what's the basic difference between categorical and numerical?
Numerical means
Operations.
yes.
Okay, one basic difference is
Mathematical operations on categorical data, and we can
Not
do
performed
at,
operations.
at least I can perform addition or subtraction, right? At
Yes.
least.
So why
Okay.
we can perform addition and subtraction in categorical? It's of no
In
use.
numerical, the
Numerical
basic
we
difference.
don't have,
Yeah. So that's how we differentiate, right? In numerical I can perform, but in categorical I cannot.
Can't perform,
So
yeah.
this can be one factor to differentiate.
Measurement of unit, numerical
Yeah.
as unit.
Categorical data is a qualitative variable, but numerical data is a quantitative variable.
Yeah, but that's not the different. That's the different name of this. Okay.
And categorical has a identity. Categorical has one more important thing that it show group membership, sir.
Okay.
And numerical
Yeah.
have the measurement units.
Okay, let's stick to these two properties now. Okay. So suppose now I have a cards numbered, let's say 1 to 10. Okay. If I draw 2 cards, can I say that the sum of number on the cards is, if it's 2 and 5, it's 7?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Why no?
This is mark on the card, sir.
Please repeat question.
Okay, suppose, okay, let's me write it down, I think. Okay, let's suppose I have only 3 cards for now. Okay, let's say I have these 3 cards. Okay, so I have numbered it. Let's say I've numbered it 1. This is card number 2. This is again card number 2. Does it have units?
No.
No, sir.
Why no? How will
Because,
you?
because it is marked on the card. This is the name, isn't it?
No. Just okay. How will you pronounce? How will you? Is it just simply one?
It will be
Doesn't have
it
a
has
label.
unit card number, sir. Card number 1, card number 2, 2 card number,
no.
3 card number.
Yeah. You are pronouncing it right. One numbered card, right?
Yeah, this is a label for the card.
Two numbered card, right? Two numbered card. Can you see the unit here coming?
No.
This is units, right? One numbered card, two numbered card. Numbered card is my units here. Okay. When you let's say I have a number of assignments submitted. What will you say? Is it simply 0 or 0 assignments?
0 assignments.
Zero
Assignments.
0 assignments, right? What's the unit here?
Assignments.
Assignment. What's the unit here?
Numbered cards.
Numbered cards, right? Okay. If I draw two cards, let's say I have drawn these two cards. Can I say that the sum of numbers on the card is 1 plus 2 equals 3?
No.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Of course, we can say.
Yes, sir, we can.
But it is
We can
marked.
say
It is marked.
we can't
This
put
number. This is jersey
No,
number
sir.
like that one. It is marked on the card. Then how we can?
No. We have numbered it. I'm saying we have numbered it. We have not labeled it. I have numbered it. Okay. Let's say. Okay. We will come back to. Let's say we have a dice. What values can dice take?
1 to 6 values.
2, 3,
1
4,
to 6,
5,
sir.
6.
Does it have measurement units?
No, sir.
No.
Just think again. Just try to say how will you.
Yes, sir, it has.
Sir,
It's
1
not
number,
simply
2
one only.
number, 3 number.
It's one numbered face, right?
You can also say one number dot.
Two numbered face, right?
Yes, sir.
Have units, right? If I roll the dice twice and one time I got 2, second time I got 5, can I say that in total my score is 7?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why not here? If I'm drawing two cards, one is numbered 1, other is numbered 2, I can say that sum of number on the cards I got is 3 numbers, right?
Yes, sir. Sum of
Yes,
both
sir.
cards are 3, but cards
3.
are actually 2.
The cards is actually 2, but sum of numbers on the card is 3, right?
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Have units, addition I'm able to do, numerical, right?
Yes.
Both conditions must be satisfied, sir.
Even if one is satisfied, it's enough to differentiate. But I have shown 2. Because categorical variable don't have units. And categorical variable, we cannot perform addition subtractions. So even if one is violated, it is numerical. Okay. But I have shown you both the conditions.
But sir, I have a doubt.
Regarding the dice, the numbers we are talking about are units. Basically, it used to be dots. So there were, if it is phased, in one of the phase it is 1 dot. In second phase it is 2 dots. So basically you are counting the dots. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a way of representation only.
Representation, yeah. But what does this mean? It means, okay, see, these are just kind
So
of
we are having one in
writing
one.
5 in some
You are doing.
representing as
First time
dots,
you
right?
got 2 dots. Second time you got 4 dots. So total number of dots is 6.
6. Okay. Let's assume I'm not taking that die. I'm taking die which are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Will that make any difference? No, right? Instead of dots, I have numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Dots are just different way of representing 3, 4, 5, 6. You can also represent it in Roman numbers if you want. How will that matter? It's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So these are just different representation of showing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
But sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Years also have units, no? We can say 2002 and 2021.
Yeah. What's the unit?
But years we can say no, sir. But last time I have
No,
asked, they
this
said it is a category.
yeah, years is my variable which can take value 2021, 2020. But what's the unit?
Sir, AD, sir. AD or BC are units.
Per year itself can be units, sir.
What? How can I say 2021 year? 2020 year? We don't say it, right?
Yes, but
You
we
say
can say
year
5 years
2020.
later.
You say year 2020. So year is a variable which takes value 2020.
I will differ, sir. With 1 second,
This
T is in terms of seconds, minutes, hours, days, months, and years. So basically, years is a unit. Year is so
Oh,
many
what's the
seconds.
unit? Tell me.
It's a year, sir.
Sir,
It
it can
year.
be AD or BC.
Sir, we
It's years,
yes,
sir.
sir.
See, I am
Majorly,
coming back from the it's a T.
ADBC
Year
are
is
just
basically
two
T
different.
only. So it may be 60 seconds. All 60 seconds makes 1 minute. 60 minutes make 1 day. 24 days make a month. 12 months make a year. So year, I can always represent.
Seconds is a numerical variable. I can say seconds is a numerical variable. Once you represent it in seconds, it's numerical. I'm not talking about seconds. I'm saying 2021 only. It don't have any units, right?
On it, but only
But sir, if you can
for the
say
sake
one
of
number card is one number, and that
Yeah.
can be a unit, then why can't year be a unit?
How will you say it? Is it 2021 year? No, right?
No, it is 2021 year, sir.
Sir, you correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
So what you are trying to say is, let's say if I am considering year as a unit, right? So I can
year
say
is not a unit, right?
no. If let's say so I can say okay, 5 years later you go to school. Let's say. For
Okay.
so that year we can use a unit.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay. So see,
Sir,
I'm not
here
generalizing that
is
year
a
is
ordinal or
always
nominal data, sir.
categorical. I'm not
Sir?
generalizing year is okay. I'm not generalizing it's always categorical. In some cases, it will be numerical also, depending on how you are plotting it, how you are writing it. It depends. I'm not generalizing. Whenever you see year, it's categorical. It can be numerical in some scenarios. The scenarios you are mentioning, it can be numerical. Okay.
If sir, it is in categorical, then it is ordinal or nominal, sir.
It's nominal.
Nominal because we can.
I cannot say this is greater than this. Okay,
So
so
means
one thing,
2021 year
And
one
sir,
thing to
what
identify
case
is
it is numerical, sir?
okay. Why we need to distinguish between the two? Because suppose if you consider this as a numerical variable and perform the operation mean, right? So your analysis will give you might give you some irrelevant values, right? So before analysis based on the data given to you, suppose this is my data set given to you. In your data set, year might be numerical, so you can perform numerical operation on it.
Sir,
In
how
someone
it is
else data,
numerical, sir? It is categorical. How it is numerical?
there are different data sets in which you can represent years as
Can you give
numerical data.
example of it? It is not clear how it is numerical. It is categorical.
Year
It
is
is
numerical or
arithmetic.
categorical.
Excuse me, sir. That card data, deck card data number is the category data, isn't it, sir?
No.
The deck card is printed data, card data.
No,
That
the
is playing
cards are
card.
numbered. They are numbered. I have just shown you it have units. I can perform addition subtraction, so it's numerical.
But in a deck, that is a playing card number, isn't it? Playing card, isn't it? That is a written. Is it in a deck? There is a card, a mark
There are
on the card.
cards numbered.
Sir, this answer how it is numerical. My point is it is categorical. It may be it is, but how it is numerical?
It can be in some data set. It can be.
Sir,
If you
can you
explore
give the
more
example
data
of it,
set,
sir?
It can be, sir. So
But
if someone
but
asks year numerical or categorical, what will
But
be
sir,
our answer?
data should be meaningful, isn't it? So, because we learned in the class, any data should be meaningful. So questions should be also meaningful, isn't it? In the card, we can add 1,400 data in the deck. That is meaningful, sir.
can you repeat? But okay, what is your understanding of meaningful over here?
because meaningful, because we learned in the class that any data should be meaningful. So in the deck, if we have that card is like 8,555. If we put the number, then it is coming 8,555 number. But
If I'm numbering it, I can number it, right? It's up to me. I can number any card by this.
But the questions, no, when we reading the questions, that questions should be also the meaningful question for us also, isn't it?
Question is meaningful.
Okay,
I don't see any ambiguity in that.
Sir, Ishan sir, my question is how it is numerical. Can you give some example so that we can understand it?
Can give.
In some
Sir, I can give.
cases, yeah, please give. I'm not. Sorry, I just try. Let's discover it. Okay. Yeah.
Sir, if some any work is done in 8 years, then we can say
Yeah.
that this work is done in 8 years. We are using years after 8. Then like this.
So suppose if I how can we go? Okay, there is some. Okay, let's me try this. We can do that, I think. Okay, so let's suppose you have two data set, right? Here it's categorical. Let's try to make it a numerical. Yeah, I think we can do that. Okay, so it won't exactly be here, let's say, but let's try to do it. Finding agent. Yes, spent. Okay, so let's say date of joining for someone is, let's say it's some August 2020, some age. Years spent, it's 2 years, right? It's March 2019, years spent is 3 years. Now it has become numerical.
Sir,
How it is
basically
numerical, sir?
the year number is the name for the year, and the difference between the 2 years actually gives us the value. In that way, it becomes numerical.
We can perform. We can add 2 year plus
Sir,
3 years, total 5
second
years.
example, date
Yeah.
of joining is you are doing
Date
date
of
of
joining
joining
is
you have
my you can say categorical. This is
which, sir?
categorical.
It will be
But
ordinal
this is
categorical, right, sir?
numerical. No, not ordinal. We
So
cannot
date
say
of joining.
August 20. I cannot say August 20 is greater than November 20. We cannot say that, right? These calendar month name, year name, these are just the labels.
But we can arrange this data in
Sir,
ascending descending
Ishan
order.
sir.
These are just the
We can
labels.
find median also.
Ishan sir.
You can find median. Okay, just try and just tell me the median of August and November. Yeah, just tell.
Yes, Ishan sir. Here you want to say that years of service. You want to say years of service. Not exactly year is numerical. It
Not
means
exactly year. Yeah.
years of service.
Yeah, years of service or years spent. Yeah, anything you can say.
In this way, you can say it is numerical. Otherwise,
Numerical.
it just we are talking about year, then it is categorical.
Yeah, if I'm writing it like this, it would be categorical only. But in some data set, I can't recall, but yeah, in some data set you might see it's written in different way and you will realize that it's numerical, not categorical. It's
Sir, I
possible.
have some doubt in unstructured data and structured data. How video clip is unstructured data, sir?
You can go through that week 1 revision session. We spent a lot of time on structured and structured data also.
Okay.
Okay, let's coming back to it.
And sir, one doubt also, sir. In quiz 1, the question will be asked from week 1 to 4 or week 1 to
1
6,
to 4.
sir?
1 to 4.
1 to 4, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Shall we solve that complete question, or that's the only your doubt? It's categorical or numerical?
So you can continue.
Okay.
For tomorrow, the stat session is showing cancelled in the calendar.
Yeah. Tomorrow session is cancelled. Okay. So how many of you have covered week 5 content? Just for we will. How many of you are doing week 5?
Yes, sir.
Or
We have covered
completed the
permutation combination, right, sir?
Yeah, yeah. Covered. Okay, okay. So
Yes,
we
sir.
will
We have
discuss it
covered.
in Tuesday session. Okay. Okay. So yeah, coming back to it, mean, median, mode, we did. Okay. So okay, just tell him I'm giving you 2 data set. Okay, just try to figure it out.
Excuse me,
One
sir.
data set. Yeah.
Sir, can you just explain standard deviation and variance once?
Yeah, we are coming to it.
Sir, will week 4 revision will also be there because this class timing is up to 8 and it already 7:10.
Yeah, we will try to just quickly cover it up, and if we are not able to, we will schedule another. Okay. -1. Okay, what's the mean of first data set?
3.
Second data set?
6.
Okay, let me check. Okay, what's the mean of second data set?
6.
3.
3.
Sir, 3.
Okay, yeah, 3. We are not asking for median. Median would be 6, I think. Right. Not.
Yes, sir. 3.
So mean is 3 in both cases.
Both cases. Okay, but okay, both data set have mean 3, but if you notice one thing over here, if I plot this data set, right? 3, 2, 1, 4, and 5. My data set is, you can see it's not varying much from the mean, right? It's bounded in this region, right?
Yes.
Is it the same in second case?
No, sir.
No, sir. That's different.
Sir, in
No, sir.
second case, dispersion of data is large, sir.
It's varying much. So I think if I'm telling you about data set, telling mean is not sufficient. I should also tell you how much it's varying from my mean value, right? So even though both data set have mean 3, we can see that there is some difference, right? In one, the observations are close to mean. In one, it's very far from mean, right? So
Yes.
how we tell those factors? So okay. So
Variance.
yeah, variance is one of the thing, but first method we came up with is range. We decided that we will tell you the range of data set. So what is the range of my first data set?
1 to 5.
4. 1 to 5.
4, sir.
Maximum minus
minus
maximum
minimum, sir.
minus minimum, right? What is the range of second data set?
11.
Maximum minus minimum, right? 11.
Yes, sir.
11, sir.
Okay, so it tells you that your second data set is varying more, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, right? Okay. Just give me a minute, I will be back. Okay, so from range we are able to see that variation is more in my second data set, right? Even though mean is same, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And sir,
Yeah.
range, interquartile range is also the measure of dispersion or not, sir?
Yeah, it is also a measure of dispersion.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Then we came up with a term variance. Okay. let's say before variance we came up and it was a failure. So let's see. Okay, so before variance we said that why don't we simply take the deviation from mean, right? What's the failure in this approach? Why we cannot take deviation from mean?
Some of the deviations it becomes 0.
Yeah, so if you take deviation of each observation from mean, it will always be equal to 0.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah.
With this argument, sir, the sum of deviation is 0. That's why this is inappropriate. We can easily take the difference of sum of differences. That will always be positive, sir.
Sum of differences, that's what we are doing, right? So for first observation, what's the difference between mean value and this?
Sir, difference is always taken as positive, sir.
Okay, that absolute difference you are saying, right?
Yes, sir.
We also do. We have
Yes,
one
sir.
measure for that as well.
Sir, what, sir?
We also have measure of dispersion as this. We take absolute value from the mean and average it. We do that also, but it's not covered in this course. But it's also a
What
possible
does
thing
it
to do.
call, sir?
I think it's called mean deviation. Okay. Absolute mean deviation. You can check. It's also a measure. Okay.
Okay,
so
this is also a measure of dispersion.
Yeah, this is also a measure of dispersion, but it's not covered in the course content.
And sir, my last question regarding this: why this is not covered? Means is this inappropriate, irrelevant?
It's not used much in practice. That's why. Okay. Because when you move to further courses, there we will commonly be using variance, standard deviation. So we try to build your foundation on those things only. Okay. Otherwise, statistics course could be very long, right? We have bachelor's, master's degree in statistics. So if we try to cover it all, it will be a very big course, right? So for foundation perspective, it's enough if we cover the important terms for now. Okay. But yeah, this is also a measure. Okay. Okay. Coming back, then we came up with the term variance. In variance, what we said is don't just simply add, just square and then add, right? In that case, we will always get some positive value and we can compare whichever has greater value will have more variation around the mean value, right? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir, if variance
Sir,
is
in which
defined
formula you
unless
use n minus 1 in the
population or
denominator?
sample is set.
Okay, so this if I'm using 1 by n, it's population variance. If I use 1 over n minus 1, it is sample variance. Okay. Just to
Yes.
clarify. So
But if
why we
any
have two
question,
different? Yeah, in
but
question
if,
it will always be mentioned for now. Okay, but when to use sample, when to use population in practice, we will cover it in later courses. Okay. But for statistics one course, it will always be mentioned to you that when to find population, when to find.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, while calculating coefficient in the standard deviation, sir, what should we take, sample or population?
It will always be mentioned in the question for statistics one course. But later in courses, you will get to know when to use sample one, when to use population one. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So we have two terms for a reason, but yeah, that reason you will explore in next courses. Okay. What's the issue with variance?
the units are not meaningful.
It's not meaning. It's
My
difficult
units,
to calculate the unit.
yeah, if my data is in kg, my variance would be in kg square now, right?
square. Yes, sir.
Interpretation of units are very hard.
Yeah. So how to get back into kg?
By
So
using
the
standard
standard
deviation.
deviation divide
Standard
by
deviation.
the
Under root
So
going
common
square root.
value.
simple solution, just square root it, right? And we gave it another term, standard deviation.
Deviation.
Okay. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So these are the three measure of dispersion. We have one more. We will see. Okay. Before that, like we have discussed the formula, right? In sample, we have 1 over n minus 1. In population, we have n. So let's say you are given population variance. You are given sample variance also, let's say. Can you find number of observations?
Yes, sir, we can. Yes, sir, because the number of observation is n.
Yeah, so can you find the value of n if you know these two values?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
How can we do that?
We can write formula of sigma square and sample variance formula, and we will divide both of them.
Okay, yeah. So you are saying I will write down this formula
And divide sigma square upon x square, sir.
divide, or yeah, another way to do is to
Sample
simplify
variance. Sample variance
and
is equals to 1 by
right,
n upon n minus 1 into population variance.
right? Can I write this term from the above?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So we see that given if I know two values in this, I have three variables, right? If I know two, I can find the third, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So even if I know population variance and number of observation, I can find sample one, right?
Yes, sir.
Or if I know number of observation and sample, I can find population, right? So
Yes,
this
sir.
relation, keep in mind. Okay. Okay.
But there was one more formula there. Sigma xi minus x bar square is equal to sigma xi square minus n time x bar square.
Yeah, that's
So
a
please,
formula thing. We have covered it in solve with the session, right? Solve with the session week 3, you can refer. We have derived that formula. Okay.
okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. So we had your feedback on one of the videos. So okay, have you all gone through that tutorial? I think in week, I think in last week 3 open session, many of you said that quartile percentile thing is not covered properly. So we came up with a video. Have you all seen it?
No, sir.
So we have
Sir.
uploaded a week 3 percentile and
Sir, I
quartile
have
tutorial.
visited, but I do not find any new.
Okay, so just try to go through it, and then again you can give your feedback and we will look into it. Okay.
This was one live session lecture, I think.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, we have cut it down and tried to add some annotations and make the video.
Yes, sir. That we have covered, sir. Already in
Okay.
class.
Okay,
Sir,
so
I have a question. How can I upload the bonus assignments, sir? It will not getting upload.
okay, we'll come to that. So for percentile quartiles, you can go through this video. Okay, I will skip it for today a bit. Okay. Bonus practice assignment, this one, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here is the instruction related to it. You can simply go through it, right?
Okay,
Just
sir.
go through the first 15 minutes of the video. You will get to know. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Sir, we will be getting the solutions for this particular bonus assignments.
Yeah, as soon as you submit, you will get it.
Okay.
As soon as you submit, you will get your feedback over here written. Okay.
Yes, sir. And this will be graded, right?
No, it's a show practice, right? Practice assignment. Graded assignment you have in week 5 and week 6, similar
Okay.
pattern.
You have said based on your feedback, sir. Which feedback, sir, you uploaded the lecture, the form that you provide, sir, on that feedback.
So for week 3, I recall many of you said that they are not able to understand it. So they have given some feedback for it, right? Some rating, right? So as a solution, I think in week 3 open session, many of you said that. So as a solution, we came up with this video. So you all can go through it and share your feedback for it. Okay.
Oh, sir, this feedback, sir, in down, send
Yeah.
us your feedback. That's sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So like after the qualifier exam, if we take two subjects, so then it is necessary to fill graded assignments for all subjects from week 5 onwards, or we can fill the graded assignments for only those two subjects which we have chosen.
Only those which you're planning.
From week 5 only.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. So any doubt in percentile quartile, or shall I go through it again, or you all will go through the video, or shall I skip?
Sir, you can skip, sir.
Yes,
You can summarize that and skip, sir.
Okay, so
We
you
can
can
utilize
just,
that timing.
yeah, you can go through that video. It's the same thing I will speak again, so you can go through that video. Okay.
Sir, covariance and
Yeah, we'll come to week 4 as well. Okay, so go through the tutorial video. Okay, next
So
thing we have is,
there
yeah.
was a doubt in graded assignment, sir. Graded assignment 3.
Okay, I will just quickly cover one thing more and then we will go. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So one term we have is interquartile range. It is another measure of dispersion, which is just simply third quartile minus first quartile. Okay. So this quartile and percentile, these are commonly called as measures of position. Okay, because it tells you the position, right? That this position is separating my data into this many percentages, right? So quartile, percentiles, and median. The median goes into standard tendency. Okay, so quartile and percentiles are called measures of position. Okay, and interquartile range is another measure of dispersion, which we can find by just the difference of Q3 minus Q1. So why Q3 minus Q1? Why not Q2 minus Q1?
Because they are extreme
Q2
position.
is the
I think
median.
interquartile range
Median, no?
is
They are extreme
consideration
positions.
of data with respect to median, sir.
Okay, so the interquartile range tells you about how much, it tells you only about your 50% of data, that your middle 50% of data, right? This is your median value, right? It means I have 50% data that side and 50% that side, right? So your interquartile range tells you how much your 50% of data. So this part would be 25%, right? This part would be 25%. How much your middle 50% of data varies. This is the range of.
Sir, interquartile range is also measure of position, sir.
It's a measure of dispersion.
It is not measure of position.
No. It tells you how much your middle 50% of data varies, right?
Actually,
Just
sir, you
like
have
range.
written interquartile range and measure of position with same column. That's
Okay.
why I kept
Saying yeah, measure of position is for quartile and percentile. Okay, so it tells you what is the range of your middle 50% of data, and we know range is a measure of dispersion, right? So interquartile range is also a measure of dispersion. Okay, is it clear or any doubt in this? Or shall we move to graded one?
What about outliers and box?
Outliers, yeah. Okay, outliers. Let's just quickly go through it. So, okay.
And do candlestick chart have outliers or not?
Okay, we will do it. Okay. Suppose I have this data, right? What's my mean?
Please, sir.
3, right?
Please, sir.
Okay. What's the purpose of mean?
it is 50 percentile, sir, like Q2.
50th percentile, the center of the data line.
Yeah, it's the measure of central tendency. So its purpose is to tell you the central value, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Suppose my second data set. 3, 4, 10,000. What's the mean?
Will change. It will not be 3 again.
Something I'm assuming, yeah.
it will be 200, around 200.
Around 2000, right? It's 10,000.
Yes, sir. Little greater than 2000.
Okay.
2002.
So is 2000 my central value of this given data set?
Not very accurate. No, sir.
No, no, right? So my mean is no longer an effective measure of central tendency. Why? Because of this one extreme observation out of the box, right? My data was in single digits earlier only, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and suddenly this extreme value came up, right? And it like destroyed the purpose of mean completely, right?
Yes, sir.
So that extreme value we refer to as outlier. It need not be only this. I could also have one in this that side also, right? So if my data set is only these 5 observations, then also my mean would be close to minus 2000, and it's again the purpose is destroyed, right?
Right. Yes.
Okay, so we can see that mean is affected
For
by the
outliers, can we use those formula of IQR 1.51?
yeah, that's what we have to use. I will come to that. Okay,
Not
so let's
because this is the like 10,000 is different value, so we can calculate it. But for other values, so we can use the
yeah,
formula.
I will come to the formula. So we can see that mean is affected a lot by outlier, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's switch to other. We have 3 measures of central tendency. What is the median of first data set?
3.
3.
3, right?
So
Yeah. Second data set,
3.
3.5.
it's the
Right?
central.
3.
It's the central value, right?
Yes.
The central value.
yes, sir.
Even if I have an outlier, purpose of median is fulfilled, right? So there is
Yes, sir.
this outlier value cannot affect my median, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's switch the data set for a more purpose. Let's suppose I have this data set. What's the mode?
1.
1. Okay. What's the mode?
1.
Again, one, sir.
Not affected, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Not affected.
Yes, sir.
So my mean is the one whose purpose is getting completely destroyed by the outlier, right? But median and mode can handle the effect of outliers, right? Okay, I should not write no effect. I should write instead less effect, because in some cases you will see when you work with the practical data, you see that mode and median also get fluctuated a bit, but not get completely destroyed like mean. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so whenever you have an outlier, avoid using the mean. But how do we know there is an outlier? How do we know there is an outlier in my data set?
There is some
Beyond the
very
range.
large or some very small
Beyond
value
our range.
as compared to other majority numbers.
Okay, let's suppose this data set is 120 an outlier.
No, sir.
By seeing, sir, it does not seem to be 120
By
value
seeing,
outlier
it might
because
okay,
all value are very close.
okay, 150.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
75 around 50 numbers are below 10 to 75 is valid, then 75 to 150 should also be valid.
So we're not sure about that. We are not that much confident, right? Like in this case,
Yes,
we
sir.
were
Confidence
confident or
level get down, sir.
confidence look at. So we come up with the formula how to find it. So what we do is if any observation which is greater than this value, 1.5 times IQR, any value which is greater than this or any value which is less than this, we said is considered as an outlier.
So I have a
So
question here.
yeah,
Why it's 1.5 only?
it's some big derivation going on it. You can have a read on it if you want, but let's
I
not go
think
into that. Okay,
it
now let's
should
check
be
if
by
150.
intuition also, sir.
Yeah, let's see if it's so. What my Q3 is 75, right? And Q1 is 25, right? So what is my IQR?
Q3 minus Q1.
50, right?
2, 3
So
minus Q.
let's check the first term. 50 plus 1.5 times 50, which is 75, right? So it's 125. Is this value greater than 125?
Yes.
So it is an outlier,
Yes,
right?
150.
Okay. Is it clear? How do we identify outlier and what's its effect on mean, median, mode?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I have a question that in this data set, so can we say that 150 is influential?
150 is?
Have some influence in the data set.
Have some influence. Yeah, it's affecting my data set a bit. Yeah.
Sir,
So
Does outlier have effect on measure of dispersions?
what do you think? It should have or not?
Sir, it comes in
It should
as a
have,
part
but
of the.
there is only one data, then I think it should not be much more.
Okay, what's my first measure of dispersion we covered?
Sir, range,
Range,
sir.
right?
range.
Range will be
Affected a lot.
largely affected.
Affected. Okay. Next is variance, right?
No, deviation. Yes, yes.
In variation, we take deviation about mean, right?
Yes.
My mean is largely affected. My mean is completely destroyed.
Yes.
If I have this destroyed term, my complete variance will also be destroyed, right?
Yes.
Standard deviation include variance. If variance is destroyed, standard deviation is also destroyed, right?
Yes.
Largely affected. Okay.
Sir.
So all, and if we have to order them, then is there any order of
No, all of them.
destruction?
All of them are
Yes.
destroyed. Let's not
Sir.
order them in destruction. They all are destroyed.
Sir.
Yeah. So yeah.
Sir, how did you calculate Q1?
Q1. Okay.
Q3,
So
Q3.
okay, I will
Here,
just
Q1
show
and
you one.
Q3 both.
You can go through that video. So we have covered it. So, okay. So I have number
Yes.
observation as 5, right?
Yes, sir.
Q1 is same as 25th percentile.
Okay.
25th percentile means my P is 0.25. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Then we compute n into P,
Oh,
which
got it,
comes
got
out
it.
to be
Sir.
1.25.
Yes, yes,
So
yes, yes.
second observation would be my Q1. And
Yes.
similarly, for Q3, my P would be 0.75. So fourth observation would be my third quartile.
Yes, 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 yes,
So,
sir.
so
Yeah.
here Q3 75, then 75 plus 75 should be equal to 150.
75 plus 75. Okay,
Sir,
why
here
75%? Yeah,
Q,
please repeat.
Q3,
Q3, yeah, Q3 is 75.
yes, sir. And we are Q3 plus 1.5 by QR. So 75 plus 75 equal to 150. Here you have written 125.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. I think I have. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Okay, so it's 75 plus 75. It comes out to be 150. So it's not an outlier, I think now, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
It's
thanks.
not.
Yeah. Okay. So 150, though
So
we were
10 is an
confused.
outlier, no?
10, no, 10 won't be an outlier, is it? I don't think. 25 minus 1.5 times 50. It's not an outlier, right? 10 is not less than this negative value.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So even though we were, I think some of you were even sure 150 is an outlier, but it's not, right? So yeah, just go by the form. One thing which I wanted to convey. Okay, so
Sir, I have a doubt in graded assignments.
Yeah, I will come to it. So we find out that mean was affected by outlier and all that. But when comes to range and variance, we were able to use some conceptual knowledge and solve it, right? That it involves this
Yes, sir.
range. We just took some random example and checked. So in qualifier exam, I expect you to use such conceptual understanding and come up with a solution. Okay, so just try to be clear with the concepts. Okay. Okay, someone saying graded assignment. Let's see graded assignment 3.
So question number 3.
Let's go.
Question number 3. Okay. Okay. Any other question? Or is it the only one?
Graded assignment 3, question number 8, sir.
Question number 8. Yeah, we have discussed it already, right?
9 also.
You discussed, sir.
Yeah, we have discussed it, right? We discussed it's numerical. Then you can find. Okay, you want me to compute the value as well?
No, sir. See, my understanding was there is, and I don't know, I was there all the time. Now it is numerical variable. That
Okay, so you can just go back to YouTube and check. We have shown that it has all the properties of numerical variable. Okay.
Oh,
You can go back and check. Okay. Question number 9.
Like,
IQR. You can find
experiment.
Q3 and Q1, right? Q3 and Q1 you can find. You know how to read stem and leaf plots firstly.
Yes, sir.
What does this 7
Yes,
tells
sir.
me?
77.
77, right? So I can write down data set. I have value of n, like how many observations I have, right?
Yes, sir.
I can find Q3, I can find Q1, I can compute IQR, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, and any other
Question
question?
number 3.
Question number 3 only, right?
Yes.
Question number 9. Sir.
Question number 9 we just did, right? What's your doubt in question number 9?
Okay, sir, got it. No need, sir.
I have doubt, sir. I have doubt in question number 9 that what is the meaning of converted into 40 points?
Okay, it's question number 10. Okay. What
9.
is the median rating if 1 point is added converted to 40 points? Okay.
Yes,
I
this
think
this
many
thing
of
is
you have
creating problem.
we have also answered the same query on discourse and discussion forum. I think many of you have asked it. Okay, so yeah, let's just see. Okay, so
One question was, I think, covered in Solve with Assessor.
yeah, solvers also we covered such question. Okay, suppose in an exam of 100 marks you have scored 60, right? But the exam weightage is, let's say, 40% of your total score. So this 100 marks I need this score is I need to convert it into 40 points, right?
Yes, sir.
40 points. So out of 100 you got 60. So out of 40 your score would be 24, right?
Yes, sir.
So converted to 40 points means I am dividing all by 100 and multiplying by 40 each observation.
Means my all over marks out of 40.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Question number 3. I think let's. Okay. So can you tell me the values you have? Like, let's do it with your values. Yeah, Bharti
Sir,
has raised hand. Yes, Bharti.
the mean and sample standard deviation of 7 observation is 19 and 8. And it is literally noted that one observation 17 is wrongly noted as 14. What is the sample variance of the original data set?
Okay, 17 is wrongly noted as 14, right?
Yes, sir.
17 is wrongly noted as 14. Okay. So it means in my dataset instead of 17 I have written 14, right?
Yes, sir.
But you able to correct the mean in the second question?
Yes, mean is correct mean is 19.42.
Infraction, can you tell me?
What, sir?
Infraction.
1942 upon 100.
1942 upon
100.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, so mean is sum of observations divided by number of observations, right? So my sum of observations comes out to be 19 into 7, right?
Yes, sir.
Now to correct it, I subtracted the wrong observation and added the correct observation, right?
Yes.
So my correct means becomes 133 plus 3, right?
Yes.
So my correct mean is now 136 divided by 7, right?
Yes.
Okay. This second question is clear to everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, let's move to third one. So do you remember the formula for this is sample variance or population variance?
Yes, sir.
Sample.
Sample. Okay, so sample variance would be 64, right? Okay. What's the formula for sample variance?
Summation
Expand it.
xi
When I
minus
expand.
x bar whole square upon n minus 1.
Okay, when I expand it, it becomes
Where?
this, right?
Yes, sir. It's
So those who have doubt how we get this, please refer to week 3 solve with us. We have covered this derivation there. Okay. So okay, let's plug in some values. So I have 64 here, right? Sample variance 1/6, right? Summation xi square, I don't know. We need to find, right? Minus, what is the value of this in the incorrect data set? 7 into some 19 squared, right?
Yes, sir.
From here, I can get the value of summation xi square.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now can I correct this summation xi square?
Yes, sir.
Right, whatever be the value I got, I will subtract the square of incorrect observation and add the square of correct observation, right?
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Now I have the correct, I have this term corrected, I have this mean term corrected, right? I can plug in and get the correct sample variance, right?
Sir, it was basically on this formula. Question was on this formula.
Yeah, that's why we covered it in solve with us.
Okay, sir.
Okay, anything else in week 3?
Yes, sir. I have a question.
Yeah, please ask.
What is the value of population standard deviation of the first two n natural numbers? That is
Of the
1,
first
2,
one natural number, okay.
that is 1, 2, 3, dot, 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 2n minus 2, 2n minus 1, and 2n.
Okay, up to 2 and we have, okay.
That's it, sir.
Okay, so what terms you need to find population standard deviation?
Population and standard deviation.
What terms are required? So one thing I can do is for population standard deviation, what I will do is I will first find the population variance and then I will square it. I will take a square root of it, right? It will work, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now okay, let's try computing. What's the formula for population variance?
1 upon n sum of x minus x bar ka whole square.
If we expand it, we get this formula, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so summation xi square can I find? Summation xi square is just simply 1 square plus 2 square plus 2n squared, right?
Yes,
Do you
sir.
recall the formula of sum of square of n natural number?
Yes,
n
sir.
into n plus 1 by 2.
N into n
Square,
plus 1 to 2
square.
n plus 1 by 6.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So here instead, how many terms we n is the number of terms, right? How many
Yes, sir.
terms we have here? 2n, right? So 2n plus 1 into 2 times 2n plus, it's 2, right? No, it's 1 only, right? 1 all divided by
6.
I don't know, so on solving we get this term, right?
Okay, sir.
Now
Um,
this term x bar, for x bar you need to find, okay, let's split this term. I can write this as n into 1 over n summation xi whole squared, right?
okay, sir.
So can I write it as sum over xi whole square divided by n? Can we write it like this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now if I find summation xi, my problem is solved, right?
Yes, sir.
Summation xi is nothing but sum of 2n natural numbers, right?
Yes, sir.
So recall the formula, it's n into n plus 1
Upon 2.
divided by 2. If I plug in the value, find this term, my problem is solved, right? And
Yes,
here
sir.
also it would be 2n because I have 2n observations, right? So this expanded formula, you will find it useful in a lot many cases. So just try to approach this formula, the question with this formula also. You might find it easier sometimes. Okay.
Sir, how you get that 2n plus 1, 2n formula like?
This formula.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's the formula for sum of square of first 2n natural numbers. It's a derived formula. Okay.
I think it will be covered in math class, sequence
Yeah,
and
it will be
series.
covered in mathematics classes. Yeah.
It has been not covered yet, but it will be covered in future.
Okay, so yeah, so whenever if you see such questions in graded or quizzes, we will provide you with the formula. But for practice, we assume that you can explore
Yes, sir.
yourself. Okay.
Yes, the formula is given.
Okay. Yeah.
Sir,
Okay.
one doubt is there,
Yeah.
sir, regarding the lecture, sir.
Okay.
If I am able to do the question, because the next topic is permutation, combination, probability, which we have already studied in class 11, 12. Can we get the assignment earlier than the means up to week 6 it had been uploaded? Can we get up to
Okay.
week 7, week 8?
No, week 7, week 8, it will be all will be uploaded on. There are certain deadlines of time. It will be uploaded then only. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So yeah, just go through week 5 and 6 again. I think you might explore something new in the lectures. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I have a silly doubt.
Yeah, please ask. And no
In
doubt is silly, first of all. Yeah, please ask.
yeah, in graded assignment, that question deck of cards. So in
Yeah.
my graded assignment, it is like 1 to 44. So what I
Yeah.
was doing is calculating 1 plus 2 plus that type. I got the answer, but is there any shortcut to calculate that?
Yeah, sum of square of n natural numbers and sum of n natural numbers, right?
Yeah, can you please write it or something?
Okay. Okay, so you're saying in your case it was 44, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so okay, let me think. Do this. Yeah.
It is
Okay.
10 times n plus 1 by 2.
So were you able to understand the data set? It says that the if card number is 1, its frequency is 1, right? If card number is 2, its frequency is 2. If it's 3, it's 3, right?
Yes.
So on up to this. Okay. So what is the mean of such data set?
Sum of all and divided by 44.
Ah, okay. It's sum of frequencies, right?
Yeah.
Summation fi xi, right? So summation Fi, let's focus on denominator term first. It is 1 plus 2 plus 44, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is same as
Arithmetic progression, sir.
sum of first 44 natural numbers.
Yes, sir.
Right? And we know that the formula for sum of n natural numbers is n into n plus 1 by 2. Okay. So sum of first 44 would be 44 into 45 by 2. That would be my denominator, right?
Yes, sir.
Coming to back to numerator. So for numerator, I need summation fi xi, right? Fi into xi. So my first term would be 1 into 1, 1 squared, right?
Yes,
Second
sir.
would be 2 squared, 3 squared, so on up to 44 squared, right?
Yes, sir.
To find it, we need to find sum of square of, okay, let me mention it. It's first and natural number only, okay? First and natural number. So the formula is n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 whole divided by 6. Again, I can plug in 44 here and get the numerator term. 44
Yes.
into 45 into 89 divided by 6. And I can simply divide the two, right? So on dividing, you will see that 44, 45 gets cancelled out. So it's 89 by 6 divided by 1 by 2 only, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Got it.
So 89 by 3 should be the answer, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else in week 3?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, what is round-off error?
Round-off error is, suppose your proportion should be, okay, let me write it down, I think. Okay, suppose I have 3 slices only, okay? Let's suppose. Okay. And actually percentages were, let's say, this is for category A, B, and C. For category A, it was 25.5. For B, it's 50. And for C, it's remaining, let's say, 24.5. Is it? Or 23.5? Yeah, it's fine, right? So now you round it off. So 25.5 will become 26, right? It will remain 50. It will become 25, right?
Yeah.
If you add them all, it becomes greater than 100. It's now 101% in total, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's your round of error. You exceed the 100, which should not be the case, right? Your complete pi is 100%.
Sir, is round of error is okay? Means for presentation purpose, we cannot write up to 2, 3, 4, 5 decimal places. Is it okay to have a little round of error?
Yeah, we round it off up to 2 decimal places, but we take care in that also. We round, okay, so even if I want to round off and take care of it, what I will do is, for presentation, I will make it 25. I can make it, let's say if I am making it 26, right? I'm making it 50. So I will make it 24 instead of 25. The sum would be still be 100, right?
Okay, means
So we
after
can
rounding
round it
up,
off.
we will do some conditional
Yeah.
calculation as per given.
Yeah, I will make sure it added to 100. Okay. Okay.
Sir, so we should know these kind of formulas like first and natural numbers, sum of square of first and natural numbers, and
Okay, so if such questions comes up in quizzes for now, we will provide you with the formula. Okay, but
okay.
as soon as it will cover in the mathematics, we expect you have learned it.
Okay, sir.
Sir, can you solve here the previous year questions of qualifiers.
Previous year questions of qualifier. Okay, once you get the mock test, we will solve it. The 1 week 1 to 4 mock test, right? I think it will be
Sir, it will
included.
be better if you provide the PDF of previous so that we can practice daily.
We are providing you enough practice assignment questions to solve. I think every time you refresh, you get a new set of questions, so you can do it. Let's not make it exam oriented. If you really want to practice, there are enough practice questions. Okay. Who is the one sharing that? Should expel from my class. Okay. Anything else? Anyone? In first 3 weeks?
Sir, week 4 we will not discuss now, no?
Before we will discuss later. If you have any doubt, I can take up now.
Okay, so I have a doubt. Question number
Sir, one
3.
request, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, actually, recently one student has shared and you expelled him, sir. Actually, sir, my phone has an issue, sir. Actually, my temper glass has broken, so automatically sometime screen works, sir.
Okay, I haven't expelled, but he's doing it again and again. You can see, right?
Yes, sir.
I
Okay,
have
sir.
to do it sometimes, right?
Sir, then please give one warning, sir, because my phone
Yeah,
has this
I have
issue
given.
automatic.
Yeah, I have given it. Okay. This question, right?
Yes, 3. Question number 3. Yes.
It's just a sample standard deviation of BBK electronics. You can find sample standard deviation of these values, right?
Yes, but I don't know why my answer is not matching. I have
You can
applied the
just check
correct
your
formula.
calculation, or you can share your calculation on discussion forum. We will look into it.
So for me also same doubt because I put correct answer but it's not matching.
Yeah.
I think
Okay, I think we can.
Just 2 points only is exceed excess.
We
Means
can check in spreadsheets.
Yeah, we can check in spreadsheet quickly. Yeah, what's your values? Have you checked in spreadsheet? It's coming out to be correct.
Yes, sir. I have done the calculation through spreadsheet.
You're still getting the same incorrect answer or the correct one?
Yes, still getting the incorrect answer as per the
Okay, just tell
answer
me the
provided.
values.
Used in spreadsheet in the exam?
No.
No.
Okay, let me try my values. 15, 10, 70. Cubic electrons, right? 12,
12,
16.
16, 10, 13. 12, 16, 10, 13.
Sample standard deviation. So for sample standard deviation, you need to select dot S, right? Hope you did that.
Yes, sir.
2.811. That should be the answer. Yeah, it's 2.81, right?
Sir, if you select STDEV, then also the same answer comes.
I'm not sure. I'm just STDEV. Okay, it takes sample one, I think. Yeah. If you want to find population, we do, I think, dot P.
Dot P, yeah.
And yeah, one interesting result is you will always have your sample standard deviation greater than population because denominator is low in sample, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can just share your calculation. I think we will look into it. Okay.
Sir, I have dot in 6 question.
6 question, okay.
Yes, sir. Actually, I 0.49 in which range lie. I correct answer is weak, weak and positive.
Okay,
But
so you might have made some roundup error. The correlation coefficient value should be 0.50, and if it's 0.50, it's moderate.
yeah, it is correct or not?
No, if you have selected for 0.50, you have to select moderate.
In question number 5.
In question number 5, you've computed correlation coefficient value, right?
Yes,
If
sir.
its value is 0.50, the answer should be moderate.
Okay. Yeah, I have mistake.
Okay, anything else?
Can you tell
Yeah.
me one more time since the formula? Dot yes, right?
One more time.
Spreadsheet formula.
Spreadsheet formula. Okay. So if you want to find sample standard deviation,
Yeah.
we would std ev.s. Dot s means sample.
Okay.
Okay. And just select all the values. You will
Okay.
get this. Okay. If you want population standard deviation, use dot p. Dot p for standard deviation of an entire population. And again, I will select all the values. I get the population. Okay.
You are doing through Google Sheet, right?
Yeah,
Or
just to verify that answers given are correct.
okay.
Okay, so yeah, so answer givens are correct for week 4 as far as I am concerned. So all answers given are correct. So you check your calculation in case you are getting some incorrect
So
values.
graded
Yeah.
assignment 4 only. I
Yeah.
am out in last question and second last question and last question. As my answer is not correct for that.
Okay, last question,
This
second last question. These two, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what percentage of bright students are in poor economic condition, right?
Sir, I have done it like
Yeah.
69 divided by total of poor into 100.
Why total of poor?
Because they are asking about poor only. Bright student
No,
and
no, they are asking what percentage of, okay, how many total bright students we have?
we have
121, right?
Yeah, 52 plus 69.
Of this total 121 bright students, 61 belongs to poor economic condition, right?
yes, sir.
So what percentage of bright students are in poor? It's 69 upon 121 into 100, right? Of all the bright,
Yes, sir.
what percentage are in poor economic condition, right? So here we are concerned about bright students and we split it into two categories, good and poor, and we are concerned asking you to find out poor ones, right?
So, but bright students are in poor economic conditions.
Yeah. Hmm. What
Bright
percentage of bright students?
nine
Yeah.
are bright students, which is in poor economic conditions.
Yeah. So in total we had 121 bright students, right?
Okay.
Of
Okay.
this 121, 69 belongs to poor economic conditions.
Okay.
So you
Okay.
can find the percentage now, right?
Understood.
Instead of bright student population is there, our total is there, then we have to consider, I think, sir.
And like average students are in, so we will total of average students of good and
Yeah.
poor. And in good, we will. Okay.
Of all the average, how many are in good, right?
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Uh, okay. Anything else, anyone?
When will be the mock test?
You will get an announcement. Okay.
Mock test will be uh, presented tomorrow in the dashboard. There was a mail sent by IIT Madras.
Okay. So this time we might give you 2-day time instead of one. So you can do it.
Okay.
One last
Okay.
doubt.
Yeah, please ask.
Okay. If how many marks they will conduct for qualifiers, sir?
Qualifier, like each subject,
100 or 200?
it's 400.
Sorry, sir.
400.
400. Okay. How
100 for
much?
each subject.
Sir, when will you discuss the PYQs of qualifiers?
Where will we discuss?
When will you discuss the PYQs of qualifiers, sir?
We will discuss the mock after its deadline. So mock has some previous year questions. Okay.
Sir, 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 I have a doubt in graded assignment question number 6, fourth.
Okay. So before
The
that,
graded
Bharati, you were
assignment
saying
4,
something. Can you please complete? I think.
No,
sir,
400
graded
means
assignment 4,
from
question
that.
number 6.
Okay, 1 minute, Harsh. Let her complete. Yeah.
Sir, please share the screen.
Okay. Yes,
Okay,
Bharati,
go ahead,
please.
sir. No problem.
Okay. Let's
Sir,
So,
graded
question.
assignment, question number 6.
Yeah, we have discussed it already. What's in this?
Sir, I got the sir correlation coefficient as minus 0.0279. Sir,
Okay.
but there is a sir negative sign also. But the
It's
sir
absence
answer
of linear
is
relationship.
but the sir answer is absence of linear relationships.
Hmm.
Sir,
Yeah,
I have marked both sir negative and absence of linear relationship. But sir
that would be
answer
incorrect,
got
right?
wrong. Yes, sir. Why it happened?
Because if there is absence of linear relationship, how can I say it's negative or positive? There is no linear relationship at all, right?
Sir, but sir, I got the sir correlation coefficient as negative of 0.0279.
Yeah. It means there is no linear relationship, right?
Sir, but there is a sir negative sign in correlation coefficient.
No, no, no. Okay, just tell me. First statement, you are saying that there is no linear relationship, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
And the second statement, you are saying there is a negative linear relationship. How could this be possible?
Sir, sir, in theory wise, sir, I got the sir correlation coefficient as negative of 0.0279.
Yeah.
Sir, I have marked the negative first, and then sir absence of linear relationship. Both
No, no.
options.
If you are saying there is negative linear relationship, it means there is some linear relationship. It should not be absence of linear relationship, right? It's either, if it's absence, how can it be negative? And if it's negative, there is some linear relationship, right? You are saying. So both two are
Sir,
contradictory
sir,
statements.
I got sir, if I got minus 0.5, then what will be the appropriate options?
It would be
Minus
negative and moderate in that case. Because there we are saying that relationship is negative and its strength is moderate.
if the value is minus 0.5, you know?
Yeah, negative and moderate.
Why
I'm
you are
saying there is
not
a
saying
moderate,
it's weak, negative and weak? Why you are not saying so?
because as
I
soon as
got
it
the
touches 0.5, it touches moderate.
sir. I got the value that is minus 0.36. My
36,
answer
yeah.
is also saying that negative and moderate, not negative and weak.
It would be more negative and weak for minus 0.36, right? It's
Yeah,
weak and
I
negative.
have marked that, but its answer is saying negative and moderate.
There might be some calculation error. Look into it.
minus 0.5.
Even if it touches 0.5, it goes moderate. Okay.
If sir, if sir, we have find the minus 0.033, so then what will be the right option?
Absence.
Absence of linear relationship.
Yeah, if it's absence, it cannot be negative positive, right?
Means sir, near about minus 0.05 to 25 will what will be the option, sir? Minus 0.025.
Weak.
Okay.
And up to what
Okay.
values it will be absence of linear relationship?
Minus 0.25 to plus 0.25.
क्या सर बताइए सर फिर से
Minus
minus
0.25 to plus 0.25, both exclusive.
So, but when he asked minus 0.025, you said that
It's
it is.
absence. Yeah,
without
it's absence, right?
So, sir,
Okay, you write it.
so this is the only reason we just say about the relationship first, and then we just say if it's positive or negative. Is this the
Yeah.
reason?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Got it.
Okay, so let me read it. If your values, okay, I will write it in terms of absolute values. You can see. Absolute value means you can check for negative. It's absence. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
sir, is the class over or it will continue?
Yeah, it's over. It's the last thing I'm writing down. Then we will wrap up.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, Ishant, just a clarification. This coefficient correlation, right? The small
Yeah.
r. Now, if you square that, we will get that capital R square, correct? I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
not. No, is that the right understanding?
Right understanding. No, a capital R square have some different essence than this.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe it is just a coincidence that you square the coefficient and you're getting R square, but
It's
cannot
not.
be taken as a fact, right? That both are same.
Yeah. So we get, if you square correlation, we get that value, but it has some different essence. It's not linked with that correlation thing. It has some different essence. It tells you about the fit of your graph.
Understood. Okay. Thanks for the clarification.
Sir, I have doubt in correlation coefficient.
Correlation coefficient. Okay. What's your doubt?
Sir, how to find the correlation coefficient?
Okay. Have you gone through the lectures?
Yes, sir, but not get clear, sir.
But okay, have you gone through
Sir,
lecture
what is including?
4.7? What is?
So in
Sir, can you solve
correlation, sir,
this
you
question
have
to the correlation
written in.
coefficient?
Okay. Have you gone through this lecture?
Yes, sir, but can you give one more example, like this question, previous question you have showed?
One more example, like uh,
That previous question, sir, of ma'am.
okay, we will do it in week 4 revision session. Till then, just go through it. Go through the lecture again. Okay.
What are the, how many mock will be conducted before 16?
One more mock, week 1 to 4.
And week 3 and week 4 mock will also be there?
It's combined week 1 to 4 now.
Okay, sir. And on 9th or 10th?
You will get the notification. I think most probably it will release by tomorrow.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. I think we will wrap up for today then. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Sir, like
Yeah.
one question.
Yeah.
In quiz, how many questions we have to answer for stats in 1 hour?
You can expect around 50. I think.
5050?
15.
15. Okay. Okay, in 1 hour. Okay. Okay.
Around 15 would be there, sir.
Okay.
So that is applicable for all the subjects. I mean, total 60 question in
No,
4
no, no.
hours.
Not applicable for all. Different subjects are different. For stats, I can tell you it's around 15.
Okay, okay. Because 4
And
hours.
subject-wise timing will be fixed, sir.
No, it will be not fixed. You can utilize one subject time in other also. It's up to you.
Okay.
So generally in English, you won't be spending complete or utilize it in stats, maths, or STT.
And sir, a semester paper will also be like 1 hour, 15 questions.
Yeah. Generally, statistics pattern is the same. Around 15 question, 1 hour.
Sir, means in quiz semester, everything will be same. Only week 1 to 12 in semester, and in quiz only 4 week questions are covered.
1 to 4, yeah. Next would be week 1 to 8, and then week 1 to 12. You have 3 quizzes, right? In next month quiz, you will have week 1 to 8 complete.
Okay, sir.
Starting from week 1 to week 8.
Can you repeat?
Sir, in quiz 2, is there
Yeah.
is a syllabus from week 1 to week 8?
Yeah, week 1 to week 8.
And in the end semester?
It's week 1 to week 12 complete.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, I think that's all for today.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
sir, I have. Sir,
Yeah.
sir, do we have to submit week 5 assignment, graded assignment also?
Yeah, its deadline is 12th October. I think we need to submit it.
Okay, sir.
Sir, can you take just one more session for week 4?
Yeah, we will do it. We will do it.
Okay.
Sir, tomorrow
Sir,
session is
when is
cancelled.
the mock for 1 to week 4, sir?
You will get the notifications about the session and mock also. You will get it.
So tomorrow's session is showing cancelled. It will
Yeah,
happen.
tomorrow session is cancelled. We will send you an announcement for week 4 revision session. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.